Lloyd has been laughing like a boss. He said, "Since I have one, you will bring me to your chieftain, right?" The centaur's guard captain glared at him and told him that he don't want him to bring to their own chieftain. Lloyd asks, "What? Why?" The centaur's guard captain angrily said, "Because you cheated, you bastard. You need to win by running." This hit the nerve of Lloyd because he felt pain in that winning race. His face turns into something that could scare a demon lord. He said, "As long as you are the fastest, you will be the top guy. That is the tradition of your tribe, isn't it? Enough with those excuses, freaking spring roll hair." The guard captain wants to stay his stand, but he remains silent and wants to call his mom because he was too scared to look at the legendary face of Lloyd Frontera. Then a female centaur appeared. She said, "Hey, guard captain, stop acting pathetic, will you?" The guard captain felt a relief calling the name of this female centaur as Sharonin. Sharonin said, "The fastest takes it all. That is our tradition. Since when was the word running included?" The strong guard captain of the centaurs, who looks like a delinquent before, was acting like an innocent guy and a scared little puppy in front of Lloyd, who scared the shit out of him. Then Sharonin called Lloyd. She said, "You weird guy. Follow me. I will bring you to the chieftain." After hearing that, Lloyd's confidence level starts to increase. He starts laughing in his thoughts while fixing his hair. In his mind, well, so this is how the situation is developing. Well, I understand. Lloyd and Javier follow Sharonin to go where the chieftain is. Lloyd was walking with tall shoulders. Javier noticed it and said, "You seem pretty proud." Lloyd replied, "Oh, I guess I feel like I am pretty popular with these people." Javier was confused about what his master had been saying. Lloyd proudly said, "Female centaurs like fast men. If two men propose to them, they just choose the faster of the two. Sharonin over there has fallen head over heels for me." Lloyd looks handsome in this panel though, but Javier knows what the truth is. He said, "No, she definitely hasn't." While Lloyd was thinking that Sharonin already fallen in love with his speed, he proudly said, "Huh? Are you jealous? I am not surprised. You have always thought you were handsome." But without even letting Lloyd have his moment, finishing what he is proud of, a kick fly in and reach Lloyd's stomach. Because of that strong kick from Sharonin, Lloyd rolls over to the ground. Sharonin looks back and said, "You might be fast, but your face needs to be at least average, you idiot." Lloyd was left on the ground bleeding and crying, plus a broken heart. Face card always matter in this verse. Lloyd was a victim of maltreatment because of his face. Javier goes to his master. He said, "Look at that. Those are the kind of eyes that you like to see." Lloyd asks, How did you know at a glance?" Javier replied, "Because I have seen the eyes of numerous women who looked at me with, which is why I know it so well." Lloyd becomes more depressed after hearing that, but it is valid since almost every woman looks at him with disgust. Javier carries Lloyd, who was kicked down. Then Sharonin starts mumbling. She said, "It is so sickening. Everyone keeps talking about speed. Speed isn't everything." This made Lloyd confused because it is not a word he expects from a centaur. Then they arrived at the village of the centaurs. Sharonin said, "At the end over there, the biggest tent is the chieftain's house. His name is Cherokee. He is my father." Lloyd and Javier were silent looking at Sharonin because they didn't expect she was the daughter of the chieftain. They go to the largest tent as what Sharonin instructed. The chieftain looks like the king of the mafia with tattoos and exhaust pipe that was attached in his body. Cherokee greets Lloyd. He said, "Nice to meet you, fast human who was acknowledged by my daughter." Lloyd looks at Cherokee like something is strange about him. So Cherokee asks, "Why are you looking at me that way?" Lloyd replied, "It is nothing. I was just wondering just what kind of fashion and story setting this is." Cherokee asks, "Story setting? Fashion? What is that?" Lloyd bowed down and said, "I, Lloyd Frontera, a human, came to look for something known as top. A long time ago, it was a part of the truth jewel, Aotearoa, if you know something about." But without even letting Lloyd to finish, Cherokee told him that the thing he needs is just right over there. Lloyd was speechless, knowing that the thing he needed to find was just right at the corner. Lloyd shamelessly said without hesitation, "Please give it to me." Cherokee replied, "I heard you were fast, but it seems your shamelessness show itself just as quickly. Honestly, I have no use for it, but keeping it safe is part of our tradition. I cannot just give it to you." Lloyd was quite annoyed by what Sherikan said. In his mind, damn, it will be really tough to forcefully take it though. Then Sheridan said, why bother sticking to useless traditions? They have come from just far away, just give it to them. Hearing that made Sherikan angry, he said, you again, with those modern ideals of friendliness. Go out right now to run or find something to destroy. Hearing their argument made Lloyd think that the setting of this story and the things they teach in the family are a freaking mess. Sheridan asks her father, Dad, you have heard of the legend of the Lightspeed human, right? He could be the one. Lloyd looks back and said, oh, I heard that just now too. It wasn't an ad-lib, huh? What is the Lightspeed human? Sheridan replied, it is a legend that is passed down from the ancient times. It is said that one day a human that fly at crazy speed will visit us, and that he will resolve the centaur's speed. Hearing that, Sheridan said, I see. If you are really the legendary Lightspeed human, and you can really resolve our speed problem where we can't break new record anymore, I will gladly hand over the top to you. Hearing that caught the attention of Lloyd. In his mind, make them faster? They are already so fast. How do I do that? In the dark ruined place, where buildings were already shattered into pieces, there was this creepy large pot for cooking of something, or for evil rituals, as the place reeks of something evil. There was a hand that suddenly float on the water on the pot. It slowly regenerates and turns into something. Then that hand enlargen and form into something like a ghoul. The ghoul acts like he was a model in shampoo. That ghoul was actually Worthrod. He slowly moves away from the pot. He starts panting while cursing because of what happened. Worthrod starts coughing blood. He looks so thin, like a skeleton. He was like someone who was on the verge of dying, but he just got revived. In his mind, I can't believe I failed. Even ancient black magic didn't work against Lloyd, that bastard. Still, it is understandable that ancient black magic cannot work on Lloyd because his face is the strongest curse at all. Worthrod was about to lose hope. He slowly closes his eyes. In his mind, I have been revived with this appearance that is no different from a ghoul. What more can I even do? With my strength, I doubt there is anything. Then the King of Hell suddenly appeared. He saw the bad state of Worthrod. He said, goodness, what a sight. Didn't I tell you from the start? All you need to do is summon me in the world of the living. Then I will kill Lloyd Frontera for you. I told you the location of Targa Castle for that and even helped you learn that forgotten ancient black magic. I understand your heart of wanting to take your own revenge, but you already know that your opponent isn't an easy one, don't you? Worthrod didn't say anything and looked down out of frustration. Helcaros said, if I can cross over to the world of the living, everything will be made simple. However, because of the rules of the world, I cannot physically cross the boundaries of hell. Helcaros said, I will ask you again this time. Gather the required materials and summon me. I will complete your revenge for you. Hearing that made Worthrod start glaring once again, knowing that his goal for revenge was still ongoing. Helcaros said, then I will put a leash on Lloyd Frontera's soul and use him as my slave for eternity. Worthrod bows down and replied, I swear that I will help you descend into this world, King of Hell. I don't know if Lloyd is in trouble right now because two crazy guys are aiming for his neck.